I actually posted a few days ago, maybe last week it was. I said, guys, listen, forget the whole anti-vax thing for a minute. Just let's forget all of that. Let's just focus on pro-choice. Let's focus on freedom. Because, see, when you try to have a debate, when you have an anti-vaxxer and a pro-vaxxer or having a debate, nobody's going to win, right? Because we're all very set in our opinions. We're all very set in our ways. Anti-vaxxers claim that the vaccine's dangerous. Pro-vaxxers claim that it saved lives. Neither of you are going to change each other's minds. That's just it, right? I mean, you're not going to change each other's mind. And I've been telling everybody this. I said, guys, listen, if you want to win the mandate game, if you want to win this fight, you really have to focus on freedom of choice. Because American to American, let's get real here, okay? The most American thing that you can do is allow somebody to make their own choice. How can you argue with that? You can't argue with that, okay? So when I put out this post the other day, I said, guys, listen, vaccinated, unvaccinated, please, all of you, could we work together and just take a minute to oppose the mandate? Because personally, I think we all deserve a little bit more data. I think we all deserve a little bit more time to just make sure that the boosters that they want us to take over and over and over and over and over again, that we don't see side effects, that we don't see dangerous outcomes. And my biggest argument to all of you parents is this. Once this is mandated in New York State, once the kids have to get the jab, and then if it's an annual booster, okay, I don't know. But right now it looks like there's going to be a couple boosters a year. If that happens, let's assume for a second, let's just imagine you're pro-vaccinated and you're all for it. It's saving lives and you're like, nope, I want my kids jabbed. I want them boosted up. And Hochul's mandate goes into effect. Let's say 4 boosters later, your kids start seeing some pretty serious symptoms. And you're like, whoa, I want out of this nonsense. Well, you can't. You can't get out of it. Because what New York State's going to say is, well, no, you can't. You got to keep doing it. You're like, no, but my kid's having side effects. My daughter's menstrual system is off. There is something wrong. I'm sorry. It's the mandate. You got to pull your kid and be out of school until you figure it out. And if you're freaked out enough by it, you might not want to get your kid boosted ever again. Your kids are never going back to public school and most likely private school either. So even if you wanted to put the brakes on this whole thing for just a second to figure out what's really going on here, to let the doctors try to figure out what's going on, well, you're not going to be able to. So what's going to happen? You're going to end up either pulling your kid because you're in a position where you could do it. But we all know not a lot of people are. There's a lot of people out there who, for whatever reason, mentally, physically, financially, can't pull their kids. Our children do better in certain environments. Not all children are built for homeschooling. The biggest argument I have, everyone's like, just pull your kid if you don't like it. It's like, hold on a second. Homeschooling's not for everybody. There's a lot of parents out there who they just can't afford to pay somebody to watch their kid, or they can't afford to give up their salary to stay home and homeschool. Or maybe even if they could afford it, they're like, I don't have the patience to freaking homeschool. Are you kidding me? I can barely sit down and get my 4-year-old through a 5-minute piano lesson without wanting to freak out and pull my hair out. So it's not for everybody. And I think we need to consider the fact that this could really ruin a lot of people's lives. It really could devastate a lot of people's lives. And for those parents who can't put the brakes on this, who can't homeschool, who have to send their kid to school and now continue to boost their kid. Now it's against your will. You may have been for it today, but 2.5 years from now, you might be like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm done with this. But they can't homeschool, so they have to keep injecting their kid, jabbing their kid over and over again that's going to cause these parents to cry themselves to sleep because they know they're harming their children if it got to that point. I'm not saying the jab is harmful. I don't argue that point. I'm saying it might be for a specific kid because we know there's adverse reactions with anything. You'd be freaking insane to suggest there wasn't. So that's kind of all I want to say on this point is that, guys, be careful what you wish for because once it's done, it's done. That's it.